Be a destiny where he
Seguimos con el
survived
story, a ver qué pasa.
and won.
Después de lo
right?
último que nos pasó, que habíamos muerto otra vez.
Otherwise, what was the point? And with that, the book's pages fluttered back once more to the beginning, and the clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
A ver qué pasa.
They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing.
No.
Of course. Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Esta es la única que no es, ¿no? La rebelión estaba fuera de tiempo y necesita una pieza. Un artefacto de derrotar a los dioses perdidos, ¿sabes? Reinaldo podría construirlo, consiguiendo su armadura primero. Hecha.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Vamos a ver. Esta es la segunda vez que empiezo. He muerto ya 2 veces. Una traicionado y otra por hacer el hippie. Está bien.
As he set foot on the island, Renato couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lapino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Renato felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
La armadura de Henry no la tengo, seguro.
Once you try it, you're hooked.
Vamos a ver. Si no la estoy liando. Bien, esto me manda otra. No tengo nada, ¿no? Creo. Falta un montón. Y esto me suena un...
The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the lost gods, thousands of thousands had died. But Renato had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one.
Aquí hay... No hay nada para engancharse.
He could learn new skills, if only he'd take the time to figure out which.
Esto que hace, a ver. Recibir daño a enemigos enganchados. Qué bueno. Nada, esto no me gusta.
That could come in handy in a pinch.
No me suena que lo es. Está dando mal rollo ya. Ah, mira, la tengo esta, que antes no la tenía, creo. Se ha traído hacia allá. Yo voy a ir hacia aquí. ¿Dónde me lleva esto?
I think this is yours, said Renato. But he couldn't hear his enemy's answer.
LOL. No tengo apenas vida. Amigo. Mira, hostia, esto va a ser una gema. Ah, no. O sí. Energía al matar. Bien. Una gema. He conseguido una gema, señores. Y creo que aquí atrás estaba esta, ¿o no? Yo voy a mirar. Hostia. Estoy listo de vida, necesito vida. Amigo. Uy, uy, uy.
That is a very cool sword, thought Renato. No, seriously. He couldn't feel his paw anymore.
Dame vida, amiguitos. Aquí hay cosas. Y aquí. ¿Qué hace ahí por aquí, tío? Uy, ¿esto qué es? La verdad detrás del arquetipo está envuelto en las pesadillas de la historia más creíble del emperador. Después del ET, enterró el arma, mi ritual. ¡Buah! Diario secreto del emperador. Voy a tirar por aquí, que antes no podía tirar.
Ooh, what's there?
Fácil. A ver si hay aquí algo atrás. Vale, el gancho. ¡No! Me mataron. Dios, qué... Ya, dame el espillo ya. Uy, no, muerto aquí.
Renato was surprised that he didn't feel more pain. Just a bit dizzy. Ooh.
Otra gema, otra gema. Ya tengo dos gemas. Pero necesito vida, Dios mío, necesito vida. Aquí no hay vida, tío. A ver, ¿cuánto da la gema? Necesito vida, 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 vida. Joder. Ahora cuidadito con esto, tío. Hay que tener paciencia.
These things could really use a hand.
Joder, macho. Uno. Ahora otro viene por aquí. Ya está, ¿no? Ese no hace falta. No paso de ellos. LOL. Ya, vení, vení. Raza. Uy, uy, uy. Voy a quitarle la escudeta. Buen player. Ahí lo he hecho bien. No tiene guasita. Está por acá.
Ah, a puzzle. Bernardo loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out. On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
Vale. Perfecto. Espérate, en este lado había algo. No hay nada, ¿no? Pues ya está. Dame vida, tío. Uy, ¿no puede ir? No. Vida.
See? That wasn't so hard.
Otro. Quiero vida, tío. Vale, ahí puedo hacer todo. Por aquí, ¿no? Por aquí. No tengo para aumentar. Por eso creo, ¿eh? No tengo. ¿Qué tal?
There it was. Sky Ripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
Pues nada, aquí voy a dejar este episodio y en el próximo le iré a coger la siguiente parte. A ver qué pasa.